Hello, Brobs. We're back with another pumpkin beer review. This is number 8 for 2025, and it's Pumpkinhead Shipyard Pumpkinhead. I don't even know if it's considered an ale. Is it just a beer? No, it says it's an ale. Utica, New York. It's perennially one of the worst beers I try. So we'll pour it haphazardly into a cup or a former candle glass holder. All right, Bob's take a drink out of the bottle, as is perfunctory. Shall I place a look down the bottle, bruv? Now we'll turn off that. Oh my god. This year I can actually taste it. Pretty much bread sandwich. I can actually taste the pumpkin this year. I'll give it some credit. Utica, New York. Ale with natural flavor added. Shipyard.com. It's probably a year old. That's probably why it's Let's see if it's got a born on date. It really is a year old. That's probably why it tastes different than it normally does. But I don't see a born on date. No, there's one. There's one right there. What does that say? 1606. 2125. Is that 2125? February 1st? Possibly. I don't know. But coming out of the bottle, it tasted pretty good, considering it's Shipyard. Like I said, last year I might have had some kind of cold going on because all the pumpkin beer tasted a little bit different. But this year, this one actually has a little flavor. Let's give me a mustache here, Bob. Yeah, shockingly, it has a little cinnamon in it, bruv. We got the Flying Witches. It's got a little cinnamon this year. Yeah, I rank that not bad. At this juncture, it's about a 5.8 as a pumpkin. We'll give it a little better than that. 6.2 as a pumpkin beer and about a 5.5 as a standard standalone beer. It's got a nice cap though. Most pumpkin beers aren't that great, and this one falls into that category, but at least this year it tastes like a pumpkin beer. Last year, I could hardly taste anything from it. I would, I don't know if I already said it, but to me it reminds me of something you would taste in a jailhouse in the 1890s. Jailhouse with a little nutmeg and maybe cinnamon. Not much pumpkin, whatever pumpkin you can. Maybe you could squeeze some juice out of a pumpkin that a squirrel gnawed on and dropped through the prison bars. Yeah, it's like the essence of pumpkin pie minus the pumpkin, if that makes sense. So it's basically like a Coors with some pumpkin spice added, but none of the pumpkin. At least according to my tongue. My tongue. What other states have deposits? So Maine, Massachusetts, New York, Hawaii, Iowa, and Vermont have the 5. We definitely have the 10 in Michigan. Who else does? Oregon? What does that mean? California CRV, CTRV, OK plus. That's strange, bro, because my mother's from Oregon. And that's the only 2 states that have a 10-cent deposit. I don't know why they don't have a 10-cent deposit on all water bottles, because that's what you usually see on the side of the road. I mean, I don't know if they can even recycle plastic. I know they claim they can. But I guess you could reconstitute it as packing material. Yeah. So we got nutmeg, cinnamon. What else goes in a pumpkin pie? Nutmeg, cinnamon, maybe some allspice. I don't even know what the fuck that is. But yeah, minus pumpkin. We got it all in here. Let's check out the pumpkin head. I wonder if this bottle's changed over the years. I usually save 1 bottle of each variety each year. I wonder if this has changed. It looks like it's the same. But since Blue Moon stopped making their pumpkin ale about 2 or 3 years ago, apparently this is one of the longest running pumpkin head or pumpkin beers. Last year, I don't even know if I gave it a point score. It might have been 0-0. Same with Post Road by Brooklyn Brewery. But this year, like I said, I had to have had some kind of cold going on because I could not taste pumpkin or anything in these. And this is the sweetness in here that's supposed to mask as pumpkin is. Okay, probably rainwater that soaked through some kind of leaf that was sweet. What's sweet gum? Yeah, we'll just say sweet gum, even though I don't know what the fuck a sweet gum tree is. It's rainwater that's went through a gutter that contained a bunch of sweet gum leafices. And then it was filtered and added some pumpkin spices, minus the pumpkin. So nutmeg, cinnamon, and rainwater through a sweet gum tree. Maybe the extra flavor is from the residue wax that came from. So I'm sure there's still some wax left in this. Yeah, I can see some right there. I tried to get it out, but it was a pumpkin holder about a week and a half ago. Not a pumpkin holder, but a candle holder. RVB. What the hell's coming out of her mouth? What do you got there, witchy? What is that? Damn, she's got like a demon tongue coming out of her mouth. Back in the day, like the 50s, before any of us stupid people were born, companies that sold foods like jelly and peanut butter and stuff, they would sell glasses. Obviously, they weren't this tall, but they would sell a glass that was about this tall and it was decorative. And they would So they would have different ones like cars and dogs. Flowers were one of the most popular. So you would buy a special jar of peanut butter and it would be like a 12 ouncer and it was in glass. It would obviously cost you more, but once it was done, you could collect like a group of 6 or 8 of them. So that's kind of why I use this as a beer mug, even though it's a candle holder. Yeah, it's better than, say, just a regular Budweiser, but Budweiser's shit. Like I said, maybe a Coors. Surprisingly, it's kept pretty decent head on it. I wouldn't say it was badly brewed, it's just the ingredients aren't exactly complex. What the fix? Said hi. Bro, what? Do you play Roblox? Let me tell you something. Any man that plays Roblox is probably looking for like an 8-year-old to hang out with. Hang out with. I don't play Roblox. I'm not a fucking 5-year-old. I'm a champion. And I don't play video games or little games with little bros. Now, if I had a 10-year-old son or 10-year-old daughter, I'd probably play Roblox with them, but I'm not playing with some stranger. And I'm not playing unless somebody's forcing me to play, so no. Don't ever ask again. And don't talk to adults online if you're like 12 years old. It's creepy. Unless it's like I was going to say a famous author, but then there's Neil Gaiman, so maybe you shouldn't talk to anybody that's not a kid online. In fact, you probably shouldn't even talk to kids online. Why don't you go outside and kick some leaves, bruv? I mean, why the hell would you be in this chat watching some champion of the universe drink a beer? It's weird. Get out of here. Beat it! I got nothing to give for you, bruv. I'm starting to think that most of these people, because people come into these chats all the time and say, "Do you play Roblox?" It's probably feds trying to catch and trap people. Get the hell out of here with this Roblox. The fuck is Roblox anyway? Is it one of those things where you go and it knocks a digital block over? Sounds like some blockhead activity. I don't like it. No, I don't play Roblox and I never will. I guess that's the end of the review since there's no beer left. Don't like, don't subscribe, but do send me a crate of books, 200 bookshelves, or $16 trillion. I'll accept that. I don't want your likes. I don't want your subscription. Just send me money, goth chicks, pumpkin beer, more books, shelves. Other than that, you're not needed here. Beat it.